Yo, people, Sack Mondays have returned. Sack Mondays have returned. Yeah. And I'm not smiling because because I dislike Nuno, etc., etc. I'm smiling because the deed had to be done. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've got my fellow THFC show co-host here, Fuad. How are you doing on this blessed Monday?
Brother, it's a glorious occasion, as some would say. Obviously, it's been a rough period for Spurs. And this morning, brother, we get hit with some news. Obviously, Nuno's been sacked, and as you say, bruv, it's only a matter of time. I said a couple of weeks ago on Stoppage Time where I feel like he's literally a stopgap manager. They only got him because it was the 14th choice. They only got him because it was a cheap contract. Everybody else had pied us and rejected us, and it was like, all right, we got to do with what we got to do, because they sold us the dream of attacking football and then brought in Nuno. That's chalk and cheese, my friend. It don't mix. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like, you see, since he's come in, the footballs. Well, I don't think we've seen improvements in any capacity. Tactically, as a team, like individually, we haven't seen any improvements. And game after game, you're kind of looking at this team and thinking, what is their identity? What is Nuno trying to implement this team? Even if it was just a little bit of, I'm bringing defensive solidity, we're working a little bit harder, we're running a little bit harder. Nah, bro, we're at the bottom of every single stat you can think of, whether it's on the ball or off the ball. So it's like, clearly there's something's not right. For me, the biggest thing is I said to you even on the weekend, I'll be shocked if the Spurs board sack him. I'll be shocked if all this talk of El Sacico, I'm like, nah, that's for them man over there. I was like, because I think our board, it was like their last choice. They had to sit with it. And I'm surprised that they're coming out this early and saying, we got it wrong. We're sorry, guys. We got it wrong. And guess what? We're going to go back in for the guy that we should have got in the summer. So I'm like, what the fuck we wasted these last 4 months,
bro? And I think here, before we even get into everything, above all else, Enoch are the root of all evil. Do you get what I'm saying? I've tried. I've tried.
Last episode you can't forget them.
Yeah, you've been on their necks, and a lot of Spurs fans have been on their necks, and I naively was opening the door a little bit. It was ajar to say, like, yo, redeem yourself. You've moved into the new stadium. You've done all this. You've done all that. Redeem yourself. Mm-hmm. And the penny actually dropped last year. These guys are not going to change. They are terrible, terrible owners. And you've just mentioned it there yourself. The man that they were going for in the summer, why wouldn't... Apparently, he is now interested and seemingly wants to join, and they're doing what they can to bring him in. So it begs the question, why didn't you do this in the summer? Why have you hired a manager who you knew was out of his depth at this club and was not going to be able to get the job done, and wasted your money, our time, those players' times, and just general progress of the club? Why have you wasted 4 months? Why?
Bro, it makes no sense.
Bro, it's incompetent, and that's why even I'll leave his name out for now because we'll mention him towards the end. But even if certain man come into this club as well, it does not change that attitude towards these owners. It doesn't change the attitude towards the squad. It doesn't change the attitude towards their way of thinking, because it's haphazard. They're so reactive. They just do whatever they feel is necessary at the time. It's never long term. It's always short term.
It's never proactive. It's never proactive, bro. It's never we're thinking ahead and trying to get ahead of the curve. It's always trying to make up for whatever their last mistake was. It was like, all right, we sacked Pochettino. How are we going to try and... all right, we'll get a bigger name in Jose. All right, cool. Jose's going wrong. The fans aren't happy. All right, cool. You know what we'll do? We'll bring in a little one of our own, darling Mason. Oh, okay. He's not qualified for the job. All right, cool. We'll try to get some... It's always trying to rectify the mistake. And now we started the season... We're 10 games in or 17 games in or whatever. You've sacked the manager who you were saying, no. This is the guy we're going to get behind. Yeah. Nuno's going to bring the attacking football. And now it's 4 months in, he's gone. So it's like this club never, ever seems to be going in the right direction. And that's my bigger concern is, even though now we've done the sacking, what's next? This is what I want to see next. And I'm not getting like, I know the 18-month contracts and Conte talks are happening and everything, but I don't want to. We've been down this road before, bro. I'm not getting sucked into this again. I want to see something official. Till then, I'm like, hey, what's next? That's all I'm asking. Because now you've made another decision where you've got it wrong. Now I want to see what you're doing to rectify it. Because this is all you lot want to do, right? Now show me that you're good at what you do.
Yep. Okay. So just to give you a tweet as well. It says Fabio Paratici, this is from Alistair Gold. Fabio Paratici, managing director of football for Tottenham, was so furious on Saturday that he stormed out of his seat in the stadium after Edison Cavani's 64th minute goal and did not return. And then apparently just in, Sky Sports has said Antonio Conte has reached an agreement with Spurs. But again, we need to see this thing. I want to see this. I need to see, you know what? Do you remember you've watched Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Or just generally, like, I need to see something signed in blood. You see, like when they do the blood, bro, cut off that wrist and sign this thing in blood. Until that happens, I'm not gonna believe that this guy is at the club. But we'll speak on Antonio later on anyway. Let's talk about Nuno, because and you lot spoke about it on stoppage time as well. And this is why I was drawing out cams in the morning as well, because
I said, yo, this brother woke up this morning.
Bro, I woke up with violence because I saw that clip. I was watching because I watch and listen to stoppage every week. So I'm quite vocal. When there's good things, I'll mention. If there's bad things,
yeah.
I always do that. So I was so perplexed with Cam this morning. And this is why I say, like, to Cam, like, Cam's not a Spurs fan. You get it. Cam's not a Spurs fan. Yeah. He's looking at it from an outside point of view. Cam knows his stuff. Yeah. But there are certain nuances that he is not privy to. Yeah. He was asking yesterday, why were the fans booing Nuno? Bruv, I was in that ground. He took off Lucas Moura.
Who was our most effective player for burgers and wine, is what I quote on me. I said he took off Lucas Moura, who was our busiest player and probably our most effective in a useless state, and brought on burgers and wine, who has what, 2, 3, 4 goal contributions in what, 51 games of. Come on. I said, and also I said it was a culmination of things as well. It was the football we've been playing. It was like, you're now the only positive thing going is negative. You're going negative again, and it's the same old story.
Yeah, and just to zero in on this, so it's like, why all this negativity for Nuno? This is that and the other. He's been put in a blah blah blah. And before we even get into this as well, because we've spoken on this a million times, nobody is blaming Nuno for the state of the squad. The squad is cheeks. The criticism for Nuno isn't, this player is shit because of you. No, he's not forcing Harry Kane to be shit right now. He's not forcing Dele to come on and stink out the joint. He's not forcing GLC to not be able to pass a ball properly. Nuno is not responsible for any of these things. And where he's done well, we've given him credit. It sounds crazy because we've had our backs blown out a couple of times, but defensively, I actually have seen marginal improvements this season. Off the ball, I've seen marginal improvements this season, and that's down to him. But ultimately, minimal. But ultimately, this guy was not cut out for this job. They said all this bullshit about, attacking football, this is that and the other, and you're bringing a guy who doesn't play that way, and you want him to do it with a shit team. You're not even giving him a good team. You're giving him a shit team, and you want him to deviate from what he knows. It's never going to work. Let me just read you some of the numbers as well. Yeah, people are asking, why? Why is Spurs? Spurs are so quick to sack Nuno. He has lost half of his Premier League games to date. Spurs have played 10 Premier League matches. He's lost 5. And in 3 of those games, we've been down 3-0. We were down 3-0 in 34 minutes at the Emirates in a North London derby where he put out a team with no fucking midfield. Yesterday against Man United, he started Lo Celso and Davies. His rationale for starting Davies was, I wanted Ben gives us a bit more consistency. What is he consistent at doing apart from being shit? What are you talking about? What is he talking about?
Waffling. Absolutely waffling. And for me,
he's talking rubbish. And then did you see his excuse for Bergwijn? He said his rationale for bringing on Bergwijn was, I wanted, so I wanted a more direct 1v1 threat, which is why I brought on Steven Bergwijn. Brother,
Mora,
you are a football man. Use your brain,
you've
use
not been watching.
analytics, use everything. Dribbles per 90, carries per 90. There is no stat that you can show me where Bergwijn tops Mora in any of these areas.
And if you're watching the game as to who's trying to do and dribble past the man, it's actually Mora. Son weren't doing it. Kane weren't doing it. Even Ndong when he came on weren't doing it. I'm like, yo, it just made no sense. But for me, he was just the epitome of like the wrong manager at the wrong time for me.
Facts.
Like the epitome of that. Because as you said there, bro, the squad we've been saying for the past 18 months to how long? It's not good enough. It needs an overhaul. So we knew it was already a messy situation what he was walking to. But then you add on top of that your best players in Ndombele's had a slow start to the season. Højbjerg's been inconsistent. Reguilon's been inconsistent. Kane's been completely MIA. So the few couple of benefits that you actually had that Jose had last year that were working for him aren't working this year on top of the mess you already walked into. It's like you're never going to get a tune out of. So I kind of do feel sorry for him in that regard.
Yeah,
where
of course.
I get what you're saying. But he could have made the bad situation better for himself. There were things where I felt like, yo, you didn't adapt quick enough. For me, I said to you how many weeks ago, Tobes, on THFC show, why has he not reverted to his 3 at the back, which is what he made his bread and butter on? I actually think we have the right ingredients. And all of a sudden now, everybody's drawing up 3-5-2 formations for Conte and saying, yo, it can work. I'm like, I don't know why Nuno didn't try this. This is what he should have been doing. But the fact that he's not being that proactiveness and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna keep trying to 4-2-3-1. I know it ain't been working. I know it's been sluggish. I know we haven't created, but I'm still gonna persist. That tells me, bro, Einstein said, you keep trying the same thing over and over again. It's called madness, bro.
Yep.
That's what that is. So for me, he was just the wrong manager at the wrong time. And listen, it had to be done. It had to be done.
Yeah, and you're right. You've hit the nail on the head. It had to be done, and I think for the greater good. And the only reason I feel even sorry for this guy is because he was brought in to do a job he was never going to be successful in. Never. Because he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the minerals for the job. He's not that type of coach. He ain't that type of coach that can basically elevate a bunch of duds. That's not his MO. It's not been his MO in the Premier League. The minute he faced adversity with Wolves, when his star striker's injured and he has to adapt, where did Wolves finish last season?
I can't remember. It weren't top half, I don't think.
They finished around 12th, bro. They were one of the poorest sides in the league last year.
Yeah, they struggled last year big time.
And you mean to tell me that you mean to tell me you're going to bring in this guy to a team that's also struggling, and you're expecting a different result because why? Because he's got Harry Kane and Son. Harry Kane and Son who were firing on all cylinders last year, and we were still shit.
Yeah,
it don't make sense to me. And then here's where it gets even uglier as well. In the league, only Norwich have scored fewer goals than Spurs. We have scored 9 goals in 10 appearances. And yes, the Harry Kane thing is massive. It is massive. There's no skirting around it. That's not on Nuno. It is massive. But I've always said, you look at the chance creation. If you're in a team that creates more chances, you get more efforts at goal and you're able to score more goals. Where are these goals coming from when we can't create those chances?
Guess who was creating all those chances last year as well, though? Kane. So this is why, for me, I always thought like the Kane versus Son, who's more important debate was always redundant. I'm like, yo, you can rely on Son in patches and rely on Son in when Kane is missing in certain periods of the season. But the guy you can hang your hat on for the entire season. And now this season, I feel like it's the first time we really feel the difference when Kane is not there. He's there, but he's not there at all, bro. And you really feel it. And it's like, rah, we really do rely on this guy. Yeah, it is Harry Kane FC, as I've been tweeting for the past year or so. Brother, it's a mess. It's a mess we find ourselves in. But this is the situation the new managers, whoever it is going to walk in on as well. Yeah. So for me, that's why it's so important. Like, you can't fuck this decision up. You've now made this choice. I said to you with the Jose situation, with the Poch sacking, I keep wanting the same thing. When you've made a decision, this board, make sure you lie in that bed. because too often you just want to be hopping from one bed to another like a little slag. Brother, you've made the decision to sack Nuno now. Make this next decision the right one. Make it the right one.
Okay. Yeah. I think with this, yeah, like, I look at his tenure and I look at our ability to create chances. I've put some notes down as well, yeah. 0 shots on target against West Ham in the second half. 0 shots on target against Man United in the entire 90-minute spell. Man United, for context, have been bopped, boxed, outplayed, outgunned, outmaneuvered by every single team they've come up against in the last month.
Bro, you know they had 1 clean sheet in the last 21 games.
And guess where they got it now? 2. It's 2 now.
We said, here you go.
Here you go. This defense where Maguire and Luke Shaw have been the Chuckle brothers for Man United. Horrible duo at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They've been bopped by Atalanta, bopped them with basically half their team missing. Villarreal came to their ground, bopped them. Liverpool bopped them. Leicester bopped them. Everyone is slapping this team left, right, and centre, and yet we couldn't even muster a shot on target against them. And people are questioning. People are questioning. Cam's is questioning. Why are Spurs fans doing this? Oh, is it entitlement? It is not entitlement, bro. It is not entitlement. We know what this club needs because we have to sit and watch this shit every single week.
Don't get rattled by Cams,
no,
bro.
No, I'm not even getting rattled. But it's the truth.
What you want.
It's the truth. We have to sit and watch this shit every week. And let me tell you this as well. Yeah. So, and I'll say it on the Big 6 tonight as well. Yeah. I remember because there were no fans in the ground last year.
Tonight on that, bro. Even though you took the L.
there were no fans in the ground last season. So, yeah. But which was Jose's saving grace. Because I promise you, if there were fans in the ground last season, he would have been sacked sooner than he did. Yeah. But that game on Saturday. Sorry, I don't know why there's an echo. Is it gone?
No, I can't hear now.
Okay. I don't know why that was. But anyway, yeah, that game on Saturday is unequivocally the most toxic game I've been to at that ground. Yeah. Boos at halftime, boos substitution, boos at full time. And like I've tried to be diplomatic. I tried to be diplomatic with the Nuno team, but you just know there's a certain period a manager goes past where it's like, this is it.
Yeah.
Lights out, knockout blow. And that was that game. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
AVB, I'm not sure if you recall. Yeah, so someone put up a stat.
Did you not? Was there not a small part of you though that thought, yo, this board will just stick with it till Jan? Because that's what I thought. I thought this board ain't got the cojones to sack this man and say, you know what, we're gonna go for it. Because I'm thinking, who are you gonna get? You already hired the 14th choice guy. You sack him now midway through a season where the transfer window's shut, so you can't improve the squad. Yeah, all right, you're 10th in the league or whatever, 3rd in the Conference League, and now you're going to try and tell me you're going to attract a better manager. And it's like, yo, so that's why I'm kind of surprised by Conte even like accepting it.
Yeah,
or even entertaining this.
Remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen, bro.
But for me, I always knew his head would be on the chopping block if results go pear-shaped. He signed an 18-month deal, yeah, and let's be real, he wasn't the ideal target. So, like, he had to hit the ground running. He had to show us a change from what we were used to. If you're not showing us that change, you're gone. And
yeah, I think that's where the biggest issue was, where there was no kind of change. Yeah,
and off the back of that result on Saturday, you're gone. Like you just know when you go when you're in a state, you just know when the pendulum is swung. AV, as I said, someone put up a stat on the weekend. I can't remember. It said like Spurs, the last time Spurs like failed to register a shot on target at home in 90 minutes was this December 2013. And I actually asked people on Twitter. I said, guess what game that was?
Liverpool 5-0.
Liverpool 5-0
Yeah.
And what happened?
What
happened immediately after that game?
When you're letting Flanagan bury one, you gotta get sacked.
Bro, what happened immediately after that game? Brother, I remember, I literally remember that game. Yeah, it was pouring down with rain. Yeah, I was pouring down in the rain. I was sat in the north stand, and I see Luis Suarez dunk on our heads. Suarez, Sterling, Flanagan, and Henderson dunked on our fucking head tops. Yeah, and bear in mind, no Sturridge, no Gerrard. They came into that game. No Daniel Sturridge, no Steven Gerrard. That was big. Those were big blows for them, and they still dunked on our head tops. I said, yeah, this guy has to go. And it's the same thing with Nuno. Like, I tried. I knew he wasn't up for it, but I tried. I tried to give him time. Enough is enough. You have to go.
Yeah.
It's like it's like being at work and giving someone an assignment that you know they can't complete. Eventually, you're gonna have to remove them from that project and take over, bro.
You can see the signs of when someone is incompetent at their job, bruv. And too often, whether it was the late substitution, the tactical changes, whether it was the lack of tactical flexibility, even, you just didn't see anything. And I felt like even the better players in our team were getting worse. So it's like we're not actually even taking steps forward. And even when you said like there were small little improvements we saw, I felt like there was more negatives that outweighed even those positives. So it's like, at some point you have to just be like, all right, this is completely going wrong. I was just surprised at the fact that the board are making the actual decision, because I know they love to fucking bathe in mediocrity, this lot. So for me, I was like, you know what? What are they going to do next? Let's see what comes next now.
Yeah. Let's see. But anyway, Nuno going isn't an acceptance that he's a bad manager. I will still maintain, I don't think this guy's a bad manager. I don't think he's a bad manager, but he is bad at the job that we need him to do. He's not good enough for Spurs. I'll be raw.
You gotta remember, this was a step up for him from Wolves, though,
bro.
Like this is. I feel like even like the Valencia job. Yeah, you lasted there, but you couldn't stay there for long because the Sharks, Porto, you got sacked after a season. It's like them pressure high cooker moments when you need a manager who's going to take you to that next level. Nuno might not be the guy. Maybe from a championship to a Premier League level. For example, like if he went Palace before Vieira, or if he went Everton, with what Rafa Benitez doing all right now as well. But at that kind of level job, I feel like he could maybe do a job. But where we need to get back to Champions League level football, I don't know if he was that guy. But him being 14th choice told you that.
Yeah, 100%. But let's actually, so we've spoken on Nuno and stuff. Let's actually talk about some of those players, because this is a review after all, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll move on to who's potentially looking to come in, yeah. That lineup, what was your first like initial thoughts when you saw it? I know what mine was, but what was yours? Because
bro, before the game, I was not even confident of getting a win, and then when I see we took out our basically best outlet out wide in Reguilon, and then you take out the only bit of creativity in our midfield and put Lo Celso in, who I thought had an okay game, but for me, when I see that lineup, I'm like, yeah, you've given us no hope. And then when I see on top of that, Ollie's tweaked his lineup, the guy who everybody calls the PE teacher and the inept guy and tactically clueless, he's tactically switched it up to shore up his team a little bit more from what he's learned the last game. But Nuno showing again that he's learned nothing from what he saw at West Ham. He's just going with the same thing. In fact, you know what? I'll make us a little bit more redundant going forward. So when I see the lineup, I'm just like, yeah, we set ourselves up to fail almost.
Yeah. I know I keep putting it off, and I'm going to tell you some news. Though. We're going to talk about it. Antonio Damasio has just tweeted, Antonio Conte has just landed in London in the afternoon meeting with Spurs official for last details and signature for the contract until 2023. No, don't put your arms up. Don't put your arms up yet. Don't let us get clipped up. Don't let them get us. Don't let them get us, yeah?
Rein it back.
We coming. Yeah?
We coming.
But listen, let's keep it still, yeah? Like word to Cam. We move in silence.
I'll have you later. I might have to have you on. I swear. Yo, if everything gets confirmed, say less.
Bro, but listen.
We hold till then.
So let's just review the game, innit? Yeah, so you're saying your thoughts on the lineup, like no confidence.
Nah.
Like surely
and it makes you even more stale when you swap Reguilon for Davis Lo Celso for Ndombele, it just tells me, all right, yeah, we're throwing in the towel for this.
Yeah, like could you understand the rationale? Because I couldn't. And again, I hate to repeat the same thing over and over again, but when you start to not be able to actually understand what the manager is trying to do with this team, that's when you're thinking, yes, we're in the end zone here. Like it's almost lights out for you, because I didn't understand what he felt Davies would bring over Reguilon. I didn't understand what he thought Lo Celso would bring over Ndom. I didn't get it, bro. I just didn't understand it.
It's for me, it's even the reasoning afterwards, as you said, bruv. It just doesn't make sense.
Bro, Tops is in the comments saying there's nothing to review, man. The match was a shower of shit. Yeah, you're right. But listen, we have to review in it. This is the review. Let's review, and then we leave that man until the end, innit? So I'm gonna spend a couple more. You're right. There's not much to review. 9 shots, 0 on target. Son had 1 big chance, missed it. Kane was
and that
shit.
bozo fucking Davis fucking snatched Romero's first goal as well,
bro.
Bro, you're beyond the ball. What are you trying to head it for,
bro? The midfield was terrible as well. Like, not just Lo Celso. The midfield was awful. Skip played shit. Højbjerg was horrible that game. Horrible. Fucking hell, man.
He was stinking. Bruv, I said it, like, between those two midfields, I could not name you one technical footballer in there.
But McTominay bossed it though. Can you imagine?
Bro, they actually looked the more competent ones. They had Fred and McTom, bro. It's disgusting. That's how bad it was. And it was like we had no width, nothing through the middle, and then up front we had guys who just weren't interested whatsoever in Kane and Son. So it's like all areas of the field, your team is just fucking crumbling. It's nuts, man.
Big up Bashir as well. My brother, I'm sure you mean Tobes. You're into fan. I'm happy you guys got Conte, even though I'm not a Tottenham fan. Let's go Spurs. Gazzetta IT confirms Conte Spurs. Listen, the signs are built. The momentum is gathering pace. Ooh, Lord. And fam, yeah, let me not speak. Also, Bashir, FYI, I'm going to be in Milan on Sunday for the Milano derby. If you're going to that game, drop me a DM on Twitter. Let's link up. I'd like to interact with a couple of the people who watch the stream. So big up for the super chat, though. Thank you for that.
All right.
Let's see. There's another one as well from Lord Funkelroy. Yes, Tobes, all good, man. Been a mad few days. Big up that Fuad. That fella is pure comedy and has a knowledgeable head on his shoulders. True. When it comes to Spurs, hopefully big things ahead. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, listen, to be honest, let's not talk about the game. We know what happened with the game, yeah? We know what happened with the game. I felt for the second and third goal, I felt for the third goal, Romero was in no man's land. I didn't know where he was. Like, he was playing right back, but
do you know what? No, bro. I'm not gonna blame that on Romero, because if you see United build that up from their box, they start playing little pop ball all the way around, and then Romero gets dragged out. And that's where Skip and Højbjerg, I don't know where they went. Because Matic all of a sudden just takes 2 steps up in midfield. Yeah. He's got all this space and he's just playing a nice through ball wide open. And that's where Romero's been dragged out to cover Højbjerg and Skip. So I said, nah, the whole team did like this half-hearted press and it just fell apart. By that point, they gave up. The second goal was the killer for me. When it's a basic, when they talk about basic 5-yard passes to your man in the middle of the field, that's all it was from Højbjerg to Skip. The pass was awful. And then the first touch from Skip, Lord have mercy. He chipped that up for Bruno and said, hey, here you go, through on goal. I said, what? But I got to give credit for that first goal, though. You see that pass from Bruno?
Bro, this is what I'm saying.
Finish from Ronaldo? Wow. Both of those were world-class pieces. So the first goal I couldn't even hate. Even though I was thinking, why the fuck is Ben Davis marking Ronaldo? I thought, hey, we move. But then the second and third goal, I was just like, yeah, fuck this. We're done.
Yeah. I think with Man United as well, yeah, like I almost don't want to give them credit because Spurs are so bad right now. But in the end of the day, when you look at the goals individually, yeah, and you look at the performances, Bruno Fernandes was someone that was under a lot of pressure. I think he played really well. Of course, it's like he didn't really have much to compete with because we were so bad. But I felt like he played well, and that pass for the first goal, and some of his passing in general in that game, where he was just pulling us wide, was quite important for Man United as well. Spoken about McTominay in what he did in midfield as well, and then Ronaldo. Ronaldo is just like, people want to complain about pressing and stuff like that. I get it. If you're going to sign Ronaldo, play a certain way, but you signed Ronaldo, you know what he's about. Give this guy chances. He's going to bag. There's no ifs or buts.
And did you see him roll back the years for the second one with the little chops outside of the boot through ball? I said, hey, now we are allowing CR7 to roll back 10 years. I said, get out of here, man.
Bro, did you see the flipping Did you see the meme? No, someone put up a picture of Phil Mitchell and his bro from
Grant. I said
Grant.
What?
They put a picture of Phil Grant, and they said, as if Spurs have let these men come to their ground,
bro. I'm telling you,
and score a brace.
He actually did.
Yeah,
fam. What is it? Combined age of something like 70 something. They were saying.
Man, all the comments are going mad with.
Hey, listen, you're getting hella super chat sent in, bro.
Antonio, someone says. I'm not saying it. Someone said it, not me. Someone
just
said
reading out the comments, lads. Just reading out the comments.
Just reading out the comments. We eating Gabagool tonight. Gabagool, sorry. Gabagool. Let's go. And then there's another one. Boys, after all of that pain, we are finally getting something good coming to our club. I'm so nervous that we may get Conte because we need this badly, bruv.
Should we just get on?
Right, I've been putting it off for too long. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, bruv.
The Don Dada, Antonio fucking Conte. How much of a get would that be for Spurs?
Massive, bro. Massive. Like, for me, we would be punching way above what we are, what we deserve. Like, I'm genuinely said to you, I'm shocked that we're taking this decision to sack Nuno, because I'm like, why the fuck would Conte entertain us? I don't see it personally. I look at the squad, I'm like, I'm not impressed. I look at the financial situation, I'm like, I'm not impressed. What are you gonna do? Impress me with a shiny stadium? So I'm really curious to see what assurances the Spurs board are gonna give Conte if they are planning on bringing him in for an 18-month deal. Because essentially, when I hit 18-month contract, do you know what that means as well to me? That means he's also putting the club on trial 100. To say, all right, let me see what you've got to offer me in 18 months. Because if I'm not getting enough backing, I'm walking away. That's what that says. And a manager of that caliber who is a winner, everywhere he's gone, this guy's a winner. You look at what he's implemented into every team he's gone as well. This team needs so much of that, bro. The ability to take mid-level players and actually improve them. You're going to need that at Spurs, bro. We got a bunch of them for you. So for me, it'll be interesting to see how he would handle this situation coming in, because I don't think he will. I think the Juve situation he walked in on was way better. Even the Inter situation he walked in on was way better. So this kind of situation for him, I want to see how he handles it. But then the assurances the board give him, that's what I've got my eyes on. Because if they're going to be talking about, yeah, we're going to bankroll you and all this and that, actions speak louder. That's all I'm saying.
Facts. And I think with Antonio, it's one of them ones where it's like, if this guy comes in, nobody is getting a jolly up here. Yeah, you saw that video with Henry. He says he will kill. He'll kill. He prefers to kill. He'll kill you if you're not giving him what he wants. There's no negotiation.
Murdered.
You're out. You are out, bro. Yeah, we've seen that with Costa. We've seen that with hella players, bro. And there's a difference between falling out with players and cribbing them when they're going against what you're trying to build. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This guy, if he comes in, it doesn't change anything with Enoch, in my opinion, in terms of how we feel. It doesn't. But in our current situation right now, it is literally in our best interest to have a manager like Conte who can elevate players who are down in the dumps, and can also help us attract better names to the club. Spurs have no pulling power right now. What do we have? A shiny stadium and a shiny training ground. We're not in the Champions League. We're not top four. We're not a top four side. We don't pay the biggest wages. Yeah. So you're telling me that we're bringing in a world-class manager who will raise our profile, who will improve our players, who will improve the way we play. Yeah. This is a fact. These things will happen if he comes in. Yeah. Why wouldn't we be happy at that? My only concern here is the same concern I'd have with Poch coming back, with Nuno, even when he got the job. It's just, how are these guys going to move in the transfer market? Because this is a man who needs his tools. Give him the blueprint is there. Give him the tools and he'll succeed.
But Toes, that's where one of the actual pros of even a Conte coming in, because of that relationship with Paratici, our sporting director now, or director of football. You've got that relationship there. Continue to use that. That is going to be so key for me as well, I feel like. And one of the biggest reasons why I think he's even entertaining this, because he's thinking, you know, maybe if I can build something, it will be with the guy who I've previously built something with. So for me now, it's like, all right, Spurs board, you've put a director of football in place to sign players and get rid of Deadwood. You got rid of some in the summer. We said but ourselves as well, it's never going to happen over one window. It's going to happen over the period. You've got to continue getting rid of the Deadwood in January. Whatever Conte needs, whatever Conte asks for, whatever Conte wants, you give it to him. Do not look a gift horse in the mouth. Do not fuck this up. That's all I'm saying. Because for me, you look at the pros of, as you said, he brings a tactical identity, bro. We've been crying for that for how many weeks now? For how many years at Tottenham? Since Poch left, pretty much. The press, the work rate, and the intensity this guy's going to come with. That is what our team needs right now. The biggest thing we've been lacking in all of these games this season is that. The three at the back situation. People will say, oh, it might not work. Or whatever. Look what Tuchel's doing. He's won with this before. So for me, it's like everything he will bring is a massive bonus to us. The only thing is I'm just hoping we don't fuck this up now. Don't fuck this up in the contractual situation when you're offering it to him. Don't fuck him up when you got him in. Provide him with the tools he needs to succeed. Because you don't look a gift horse like this in the mouth. We ain't going to be in a situation like this, bro. There's only so many times you can spurn top managers like Pop, like Jose, like, what's his name, Conte. People are going to start looking. They ain't the problem. It's you. You're the problem. So this is where we're at now, bro.
100%. And I think this needs to be like a sliding doors moment. Yeah, for this team. If this guy comes in, yeah, you know what he's about. He is not going to put up with your bullshit. And I'm pretty sure he is more than happy with the 18-month deal. Because if you don't give this guy what he needs, he'll walk. He's a man of principles. Fact. He's authoritative, he's a leader, and he's firm. Yeah? If you don't submit to his demands, he will cut, bro. If you deviate from what you've agreed with this guy, he will cut. You've seen it at Inter Milan. You've seen it at Chelsea. He will cut.
Yeah.
So now, you despicable owners, you don't want to sell this club. If you don't want to sell this club, then it is in your best interest to do everything you can to propel this club back to a good level. Yeah? Bringing in Antonio Conte alone is not just going to be enough. You have to fucking back him in the window. And you have to back him in totality. Otherwise, this thing is not going to work as it should. And Conte is going to cut. It's a fact. Let me just read some super chats. Big up S. Wade. Antonio, congrats, Tobi and Fuad from a Chelsea fan. You love every minute of him managing you. Bring up the super chat, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. There's another one as well. Romy says, as soon as Conte sees any red flags, he'll walk away. He doesn't need Tottenham. Tottenham needs Conte over to nail on the fucking head.
Nail
on the head.
Facts there.
Nail on the head. So yeah, listen, let's just see how it develops. But boy,
it'll be interesting. There is no cons to this situation for us, literally. There is not. It's all pros for Spurs if we manage to some way, somehow swindle Conte to manage us, honestly. Because a week ago, United fans had comps ready. They had T-shirts ready. They had banners ready. They thought he was coming. and they were going to be the ones to benefit from the result on the weekend. Lo and behold, Ollie stays another week. Conte's available another week. And I think the Spurs board looked at this opportunity and said, you know what? Let's try and make some moves. And all right, let's see how this one plays out now for me. That's all I want to see, because Spurs fans have been down this road far too often. And I can just see like how happy everyone is in the comments already. But I'm just like, listen,
let's put pen to paper.
Significant things, substantial things that make me think, all right, I can see Conte holding up the shirt. Phase 1. Then when I see him on the training ground, phase 2. Then when I see how we play and how we're changing, phase 3. Mark it, phase 4. Steps, lads, steps.
Anyway, let me show you something, because I'm on my phone now. Let me show you something.
Bro, I'm just refreshing Sky Sports constantly in the background.
Let me show you this. So look at what Henry's doing in his stream. He's wearing a suit already.
Hey, where is he?
He's doing a madness. Huh?
Is he at work or some shit?
I think he's at home. He's at home.
Man said Sky Sports official wore a suit like it's a funeral. Hey, don't kill me.
Someone says, OS, my chest actually hurts seeing Tobes this happy. Bruv, wow, people are praying on the downfall, man.
Listen,
praying on the downfall.
You know what it is Spurs are like the ultimate little bro club. So everybody wants you to stay as little bro. They don't want you to grow up. So when they see big dogs stepping in, they're like, nah. You man need to stay where you are. But listen, we're nowhere yet. We've done nothing yet. We've achieved nothing yet for me. So don't get carried away, lads.
Yeah, honestly. Anyway, I'm gonna close it up there, man.
200 in. Yes, brother. I agree.
256 people watching live. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you subscribe to mine and Fuad's channel. I'm gonna change the title, the description now, so Fuad's channel's in here as well. Do us a favor, please. Get Fuad to 2K. He's like a couple 200 short of 2K. I'm a couple hundred short of 5K. Come on, do us a favor, please.
Let's do this.
Hit the subscribe button. It's not difficult at all. Nuno Espirito Santo, listen, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, but brother, it was time to go. R.I.P. Claude. Time to go, bro. Time to go. There's no sentiment in this thing anymore, man. Like
Hey, Henry trying to make a last minute Royal Rumble entry. Hey.
He wants to come in. I don't know why he's been what, and he's should I let him in?
Where you been, bro?
Should I let him in?
Dash him in for 2 minutes. Let's see what he's got to say.
Cool. Let's
THSC reunion.
Let me send him the link. 2 secs. Okay.
Hey, just type my name in the YouTube. That's my channel.
Calm. I just put it there now. So I've saved it. So it's in the title description. So
yeah.
360 saying add my guy Henry. I've sent him the link, people. I've sent him the link. So let's see. Okay, here he is.
THFC. Yo. Hey. What's with the suit?
Mate, Conte's here. Conte is coming. Honestly, like my
Henry, please stop jinxing this thing, please.
He's in London. He's arrived in London, bro.
Then let it happen, Henry. Let it happen, please.
Nah,
please.
We're going full works. We've got the Italian suit on. I'm eating pizza tonight. My favorite manager in world football. Like, honestly, you don't understand. This guy, can you imagine Romero and Højbjerg under Conte? Like, can you imagine? Honestly.
Brother, I thought you was wearing a suit for like funeral settings. Like,
we ain't doing that. We're dressing up,
you
mate.
know, man said, yo, I come Ferraducci Gucci.
That's it, mate.
Hey, you're moving mad, Henry.
Honestly.
I know
you know what? Last night, someone DM'd me on Twitter saying that he was going to get the axe around 9 in the morning, 10 o'clock, and I was like, listen, like, I don't know about that. And he said, and he put the Italian flag in, and I was like, no, it can't be. It can't be. My alarm at 5 o'clock this morning goes off. Bearing in mind, I'm working tonight as well. and then I see that Conte is linked. I fucking jumped out of bed. I got in the shower. I put my suit on, and then I see you two live. And I was like, hold up, let me end the stream. Let me jump on. But honestly,
Henry, we're gassed, isn't it? We're gassed. But calm up, please, calm up. We don't want to start getting clipped up. The THFC show don't want to start getting clipped up. And you see, learn from my mistakes, Henry. You see what they did to me? They put my head on a stick. Do you remember what they did to me?
Honestly, but listen, remember when Nigel Farage, you all laughed at me, but you're not laughing now, are you? You're not laughing now, are you?
Laughed at me.
Hey, of course you would drop Nigel Farage bars in it.
That's it, mate. We're shameless.
Yo, fam, who knew, man?
Bro.
Like, we were in the pits on Saturday, and now, fam, let me not speak.
Bro,
Let me not speak too much.
Let me loosen my fucking do-rag. I swear to you, bro, the muscles on the back of my head are hurting, bro.
Yo. Bam. I just, in my head, I'm just thinking, like, raw. How, like, it still blows my mind that Spurs are potentially in play for a manager of Conte's level. Like, irrespective of whether he joins or not, like, Antonio Conte is an elite manager, bro.
Yeah.
If we're talking, if you had to name top 5 world-class managers in football right now, he's in most people's top 5s, and he should. And if he's not, then you need your head checked. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's mad that a manager of this caliber is actually interested in coming to Spurs. You have to move heaven. You have to do everything possible. Throw the bag. I don't care if Levy has to sell up all your stocks and give it to Conte, please.
You not remember as well, just quickly, didn't Conte try and sign Undom at Inter?
Yeah, he did. He did. But again, Fuad, doesn't this again?
Hang on, I got a parcel. 2 6. The Amazon delivery here for the Italian flag, mate. We're shameless.
Going back to the point around Enoch at the start, and they're pure incompetence. Like, if this deal is seemingly on the verge of being completed now, why the fuck? Why did they leave it till now? Why have they just wasted 4 months of our time?
That's literally what
I was stupid, say, bro.
They're
horrible owners, you know.
Because if you're offering him what you should have offered him in the summer now, you essentially are literally admitting that you've wasted 4 months for me. And that further just shows your incompetence. I'm like, fam, how many times do you have to get things wrong from a managerial stance? But since basically Pochettino's sacking, everything that has happened around that managerial role has just been a big fuck up. And as we said earlier, bro, it's always just been reactive, trying to be reactive to every situation rather than proactive. That's why for now, I'm like, listen, you've had a chance to look at this Conte situation. You know what you should have done. You know what he wants. You know what he needs to kind of succeed at this club. So there should be no kind of reactiveness with this. You now should be very proactive when it comes to Conte, because if you're saying Jose was the big name you went after, but maybe his style of play wasn't, suiting to what Conte doesn't have that issue. Conte's the big name. He gives you the style of play. He gives you everything, bro. He gives you the defensive solidity. He's got a proven winning track record. There is no reason for you to hold back, for you to kind of pussyfoot around having this manager at your club now. You are in a blessed position that I think a lot of top clubs wish they had right now. So for me, it's don't fuck this up. That's how I'm looking at this board right now. It's Conte's coming. I have no eyes on any manager that comes in now. I'm just watching the board for the next few months to say what's next and what are you doing to help us.
Yeah, 100%. I think it'll be interesting to see how this develops, because you're getting a manager who will blow shit up if he doesn't get things on his terms against a board who have been perennial underachievers and are shy when it comes to taking risk, making the right decisions, and spending money. So contrasting styles. Let's see what happens. Henry, any last words before we end this stream?
The only thing that, like, we talk about the pool and why would he join the club? The only way that we would have managed to get something out of this is we must have offered him a package. There must be some sort of, you're going to get this amount to spend in January, you're going to get this amount to spend in the summer, but only pinning him down to potentially an 18-month contract it's kind of like, well, let's see how this pans out. If he does really well, there's an opportunity to extend it. If he doesn't do well, it's not going to be that big of a payout. You know, we have all said the experiment with Nuno never really worked, never really was going to work. But now that Conte is on the verge, and we're on the verge of eating pasta and pizza for the next 6 months.
This guy's ridiculous.
Like,
Man said
honestly,
pasta and pizza.
Matt,
Come on,
honestly,
man. Come on.
Call me shameless. I've already been clipped. I've had people DM me clips of it saying, if this falls through, this and that. Call me shameless. I do not care. He's an elite level manager. We got Jose. Yeah, fair enough. He was on the decline. A lot of people would argue, but this manager is in his peak. Like, you talk about Tuchel, Klopp, Guardiola, then Conte's got to be thereabouts. And if we can play the three at the back formation with Romero as the anchor, boy, we are cooking with gas, mate.
Yeah, Lord Funkeroy, another super chat. Thank you again, man, bro. Thank you. Big up the support, man. He says, I beg you lot go live together more often. The vibes are quality. I subbed through and looking forward to the quality content.
Bro,
Big up,
we go live.
We sub to Henry as well. Sub
live
to
every
Henry's. Let me even put Henry's channel in the description as well, so you can sub to him.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be there tomorrow as well. Henry, I see you hit 3K. Congrats, man. Big up, man. Congratulations.
We lit up.
Congrats, man. You kept that one quiet.
What'd you say?
You kept that one quiet.
Yeah, I put a little thing out on the community, the little YouTube tab, just a little thing, but I didn't really get a chance because obviously now this guy's coming in. It's honestly, mate, the celebrations. I'm gonna be out in my driveway waving the Italian flags, mate.
Look at this. Someone said Tottenham players have been told to prepare for the fact that Conte could take training tomorrow. Wow. I need to come off before I say something mad. I need to come off before I say something mad. But honestly, still 248 of you in here, yeah. Big up all of you lot for watching, tuning in. It was a random time, 1 p.m., but still a lot of you lot came to watch. So I appreciate that as well. What you can do to help me further and help the lads further is follow all our channels. Fuad's is in this channel is in the description, in the title. Henry's channel is in the title. The sub button is directly below this video. Just hit subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it, repost, and look out for the stream on my channel tomorrow. So the THFC show tomorrow at 10 p.m. Right? Are we Henry, you can't. Are you available?
We'll talk off stream about time.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But tomorrow is due to be an explosive episode. If things are going the way it's going, tomorrow is due to be an explosive episode. I don't even want to talk about Man United tomorrow. I wouldn't even want to talk about United
tomorrow. United will be like a 5-minute skirting thing. Cool. Pros, cons, safe. Yeah. Then we get to the real spaghetti as
Anyway, honestly, thank you lot for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, peace out, and up the Spurs.
We out.
Okay.